been to the post office and picked up this Sketchbox. No, this way. Sketchbox. Sketchbox. It has finally arrived. This is actually, I believe this is the July. No, this would be the August Sketchbox. It's the 1st of September today, so it's taken a while to get here, but that's okay, it happens. My hair is curled today. I curled my hair to go to the post office because that's the most exciting thing that happened to me today. I went to the post office. I've done a couple of these videos. I am going to start off the bat by saying, I'm going to start by saying right off the bat, I'm not sponsored by Sketchbox. I purchased these of my own free will and my own money because I like to get them every month. I get a little gift in the mail and it has art supplies in it that I probably wouldn't choose for myself, and every month it's different themed art supplies, and they're always really good quality supplies as well, like they're always brand names. Yeah, I've done a few videos reviewing these Sketchboxes and using them to make things, and so go back into my video list and you'll see them there. Otherwise, let's get started opening this one here. Now I do kind of know I remember the theme of this one. I believe the theme of this one is like a mixed media type of theme, but I don't remember 100% what's in here. I think there's some liquid graphite, that's all I remember. So here we go. Let's get rid of all. Okay, so yeah, this is the premium box as well. There is like a regular box and a premium box. I prefer to get the premium one, and this is Sketchbook August, so I was right. So this was shipped a while ago, but there's massive shipping delays. Normally it takes about 2 weeks to get from the US to Australia, but because of various, you know, delays and things at the moment, it's taken a bit longer. So, I don't know where to begin. I might actually switch to my other camera so that you can see from the top down. Okay, so sorry for the messy layout. I got too excited and had to open it now. Okay, so I won't look what's in here because we'll just do a bit of a dig around and see what we pull out. So as I was saying, I do remember that this was a mixed media themed Sketchbox. If you're not familiar with Sketchbox, every month they have a different sort of, I guess, theme for the products that they have in their boxes. Sometimes it's Copic markers, sometimes it's watercolor, like the last ones I've done was like color pencil. So there's always some sort of theme. And yeah, so I'm pretty sure this month's one was mixed media. So there should be a bit of a weird selection of things in here. And this is the thing that I did remember seeing. So this is liquid fluid graphite. So if you saw my previous video about the art haul and I was talking about the art graph liquid graphite, this is the same sort of thing, except it's liquid. It's not like in a solid block and you add water to it. It's just liquid. So I've never used this before, so this is really interesting. So it says that fluid graphite has a both metallic shine and a matte texture specific to graphite. You can create unique textured works by mixing it with other painting mediums. So yeah, that's really interesting. Okay, so we have that. Then we have a bunch of other pens and pencils and things. So we've got some gouache. I do believe this is, what brand is this? Yeah, let's have a look. It is Holbein. I was going to say it looked like Holbein, but I couldn't see the brand name on it. Yeah, so it is Holbein. Oh, look, there it is. There it is down there. Holbein in deep green. So this is gouache. So I think I have a couple of Holbein gouaches already, but this is deep green. We then have, what are these? We got 3. Let's get them all around the right way. Oh, Butterfingers. Okay, so these are Emott Fineliners markers. We have light green, emerald green, and sea fog. So fine line markers, okay. They must be like a really fine tip. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, they are. That's like a super fine tip. Interesting, okay. These are probably quite good for sketching, I imagine. I wonder if they're waterproof. Non-bleed and fade proof, water resistant. So they are water resistant. So you could sketch with these and then do washes over the top of them. So that's cool. Oh, we have a super cute little Princeton Chisel blender brush. It's like minuscule. We have a, oh, it's so shiny I can't actually read it. Hang on. What would this be? This would be, the Koh-i-Noor Gioconda white charcoal pencil. So for drawing, sketching, adding highlights. Okay, so it's white charcoal. I don't really like drawing with charcoal very much, to be honest. I'm a very textury person. I don't like that gritty, chalky texture of charcoal. And of course we have a Copic multiliner in black. So they almost always include a really nice liner in these boxes, which is good. And it looks like we have a pad of paper. Hahnemuehle custom 4x9 inch pad by Sketchbook and Hahnemuehle. It's hot pressed 300 GSM. This size will actually fit into my little pochade box that I showed a few videos ago. Yeah, let me just grab it. Yeah, my little pochade box. Got some oil paints in there at the moment. This is another sketchbook that came in a sketch box. And this, look at that, fits perfectly. And this is much thicker paper. This is just like a thin cartridge kind of paper, whereas this is actually watercolor paper. So yeah, that's actually a really nice paper. So I'll probably use that in this box to do sketching. So cool. All right, well, I will set myself up and I'm going to do a little bit of experimenting and some swatching and stuff with these. So I will be back. Okay, so I've got some watercolor paper here. This is just some cheap Montmartre watercolor papers, which is I'm going to do the what's it all called? Swatching. I'll do the swatching on this, and I've got some Arches watercolor paper that I'll do a bigger piece on. So let's just test out some of these. So I'll go the Fineliners first, just to see what they're like, because they seem like very, very fine. Because they're Fineliners. This is like it's almost silver. They actually write really nicely. That's actually really nice. Okay. So that one's the, what color was it? That would be Sea Fog. This one I'm guessing is the light green. Just very light green. And then we have Emerald Green. Oh, that's a nice colour. That's really pretty. Okay. Now the Copic marker, I've used Copic markers before. This is actually a really thick marker. You can see, like, it's got like a, what is it? A 1.0 size. Cool. The chalk is probably not going to show up. Oh, actually, it will show up a little bit. Oh, it makes my, I don't like it. Yeah, no. You know how you get that feeling like when you're putting like your nails on chalkboards? Yeah, no, don't like that. Don't like that. That's going in the no-no bin. And let's try a little bit of the gouache. So I'll use this brush because it's here. This is Princeton brushes are really nice brushes. I do know that. This is a very, very small brush though. Like I don't really use, you know, small delicate brushes quite like this very often. It's nice and soft though. Okay, I've just zoomed in just a little bit. I'm just going to use the Sketchbox card as a bit of a palette because I'm a bit lazy. I only want like a little tiny bot. So this is like a really nice deep green. It's actually a very pretty green. So a little bit of water. Yeah, that's a really pretty green. And if we dilute it. I'd say it's very emerald. I'd say it's more of an emerald green than anything else. Let's see how light we can get it. Very nice, very pretty. Okay, so anyway, this is what I was actually most interested in using. So I'm going to crack open this. So like I said, I have used water-soluble graphite before with the Art Graph blocks that I've got. But this is more like, obviously more like an ink, I guess you could say, a graphite ink. Let's watch me struggle to get this open for 20 minutes. Okay, so give it a bit of a shake. Don't know if you're supposed to shake it or not, but I will. Ooh, it's actually, oh, it's thick. That's actually a lot thicker than what I thought it was going to be. Hang on, it's just some in the lid here. Oh, wow. Oh, that's interesting. It's like, oh no, that's really weird. Obviously, the thicker you paint it, the darker it's going to get. It's really nice to paint with, though. But it's like, I don't know if you can see it. If I tip it up a little bit, maybe this camera will be better. It's like really thick. I was actually expecting it to be more like acrylic ink, like really runny. Oh, I've got like, I just sat it right on top of my gouache. So now I have gouache on the bottom of it, of course. Just move that over there. All right. You can't take me anywhere. Okay, so it's actually dry quite quick. Okay, interesting. All right, so I'm going to pull out the other paper and create something. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these. So, yeah. I have been doing a lot of still lifes lately. So I've got like a still life reference photo that I took the other day. So maybe I'll just sketch that and we'll see what happens. And I want to try and use everything. To be honest, I'm probably not going to use this because I don't use Fineliners that much. So I'll put that over there. And I'm definitely not going to use this because this is from the devil and feels like horrible and ill. No. But I'm going to use these and this because it's basically the only colour I have. So put my little reference up here and let's just do a bit of a rough sketch out. So I've got Now I'm going to change to this, this is like a calligraphy brush. And I'm going to use that with the gouache, I think, to maybe block in some more shadows. This is obviously going to be a very monochrome picture, but that's okay. get some of the darker greens in. That's up in this vase. Kind of like resisting it. It's interesting. Okay, so now let's use some of this graphite to sort of, because it says you can mix it with other medias, so I imagine you can mix it with the gouache and it will probably work quite well. So I can use that to add the shadow onto the teapot. I'll try and leave some of the white. This is really nice to work with. Okay, I'm going to cheat and I'm going to use a little bit of this acrylic gouache by the Kuretake, just to add a bit of a variety because, you know, it just needs, you know, it needs a little something. It's a little bit too monochrome for my liking. And that can sometimes be, you know, a bit of a thing that Sketchbox does is they do try and, you know, coordinate the colours. Sometimes they will give you a nice variety of like primary colors of the products that they send out. And then sometimes they'll just go for like a monotone, you know, or monochromatic kind of look. So this is obviously a bit more of a monochromatic selection here. So I am going to add in just a little bit of yellow just to get a little bit of variety going on with some of the colours. And so I'll make these, they're meant to be oranges in the front, but I will turn them into more sort of apples, I think, just because it matches in better with the colours that I have. So let's just make it a bit of an apple instead of an orange, shall we? I wonder what happens if we add yes. So that's the yellow gouache added to the graphite, just to block in this tabley area with a bit of colour. Okay. Okay, interesting, interesting. This graphite's really nice to paint with. I'm going to say that. It's I don't know, it's hard to describe. It is very similar to the art graph. Water-soluble graphite. So if you've used that before, which, as I said, I did demonstrate in my last art haul video. So if you've used that before, it's very similar to that. So kind of, you know, keep that in mind if you're wondering what it's like. Just going to get some contrast back here with a bit more of a darker tone, and I will do that with this chair over here as well. I think I have to wait for this to dry a little bit, actually. I'll wait for it to dry, and then I might do some embellishment with this just to get a bit more of a mixed media kind of look to this. Okay, so I've totally dried this off now, and I'm going to try and get a little bit more contrast happening. So I want to try and get this graphite quite dark. So it does seem to seems to dry a bit lighter after a little while. It's got like a really nice strong shadow going under these apples. really don't want to use this because I don't like the way it feels. But all right, let's just see if we can get, no. Oh, look, it does definitely give it a highlight, but I just don't like that chalky feeling. I'm not a fan of that. Yeah. Enough of that as I can take. I'm going to come in with a Posca instead. So let's get that going and see if we can get some highlights back in here with the Posca. So there we go, had a bit of play with it. My thoughts, okay, so my thoughts. This stuff, fluid graphite, which is what I was looking forward to using the most, really, really nice. Like, it is really smooth, really creamy to paint with, waters down really easily, it dries really quick, and it gives like this really nice grainy kind of effect as well. So yeah, it's really interesting stuff. And because it's graphite, you can erase back into it as well. So you can use it like on paper and do like big washes of graphite and then use an eraser to erase out and then add more graphite on top. So you can use it back and forth a fair bit. So I've only really briefly touched the surface on using it on this piece here. So it'll be interesting to have a bit more play with it on like a larger scale. Holbein gouache, always good, beautiful. It's a really nice color. It's a really nice dark color as well. So you can again use it with quite a few different values. You can use it really watered down with lighter and then add more to make it darker. And it does mix really well with the graphite as well. So, so yeah, that makes it, yeah, really versatile too. The pens, you know, look, I don't do pens very much, but again, they were good for sketching and they're actually really nice writing pens. So I may even use them just to use like for writing and stuff in my sketchbooks or, you know, notes and things that I take. The white chalk pencil, it's a personal thing. I don't like the texture of drawing with charcoal, and this is just as bad, even though it's in a pencil. It's got that chalky kind of scratchy sound that goes on the paper. Personally, I don't like it. So if you're sensitive to that kind of sound and texture that makes your teeth hurt, maybe give that one a miss, and I probably won't use that one. That's you know. And yeah, and the Copic marker again, I didn't really use much of, but that's okay. So yeah, that was this month's Sketchbox, and of course it came with paper too, but I'm not going to use the paper. It's really, I've used Hahnemuehle paper before. It's a really nice quality paper, so I kind of already know what that's like, so I don't need to demonstrate that. But yeah, so this was my little sketch. So this was, you know, 20 minutes, half an hour sort of sketch. Again, I did add in some yellow Liquitex acrylic gouache because I happen to have that here on my table next to me, to add, you know, a little bit of colour. I think that, sorry, that's a really loud cocky. I think that did add a little bit to it. It added a bit of a different variety of colour, so I was quite happy with that. But yeah, it's fun. I'm going to play with these a little bit more, and yeah, I will see you next time. I have ordered the next Sketchbox. It has already been posted, but based on how long this one took to get here, it probably won't be here until, you know, I'd say October at this rate. So, you know, I will be back with another one. I've actually got no idea what's in the next month's one. I actually surprisingly haven't had a sneaky peek at it yet. Usually I look up the Instagram Sketchbox tags and links and things and have a bit of a sticky beak as to what is coming in the next box, but I haven't done that yet. That doesn't mean I won't do it before the box gets here, but at this stage I haven't yet, and it has been posted already, so you know, we'll see what comes next time. Anyway, thank you for joining me again, and I hope you enjoyed watching me play with these materials. I will of course list them all in the description, and I will see you all next time.